Week 8. All right, week 8. Is there anything we need to discuss? I know it says week 3 up there, but add 5 to it. In terms of your experience practicing at home versus experience you have in practicing in class, any differences you've observed or anything you want to talk about? Are we pretty good on that one? If it comes up, let me know. It's definitely in terms of any difficulties or challenges. It's a good opportunity for us to have some class discussion on it. We have 3 more weeks after class. Today we're going to go over the lung and spleen, so that Tai Ying. Next week we'll go over heart and kidney, Xiao Yin. And the following week we'll go over liver and pericardium, Shui Yin. And we're going to look at them deep, each one. So we're starting with the lung, and the background color, that kind of white or gray, is actually important because it's the color of the lung. Notice how the lung looks like feathers. It's very delicate. It cleans things. It moves. It's light, so it goes up. It almost rises. But it's delicate. So the lung opens the 100 vessels. If you do a lot of walking, you'll feel this. As you walk after about 15, 20 minutes, your body just kind of like the vessels in your whole body, 100 meaning like all vessels in your body the blood starts to circulate. So you can either do this by physically walking to pump your lungs or doing pranayama. You just do breathing exercise. You'd be sitting here and, breathing, or like alternate nostril breathing, inhaling, closing the nose, exhaling out the other side, inhaling. Closing the nose, exhaling the other side. Some type of pranayama exercise. Or chanting. All that helps to get the energy in the body circulating. Qi is the commander of blood. If qi moves, blood moves. The lung is the upper source of water. If your qi is moving, then the water can... water is just like a term we use for the liquids in the body, or the humors, can circulate throughout the body. The lung is the upper, the kidneys is the lower. So there's that beautiful relationship of breathing as you inhale with the qi of the lungs. I'll close the door. You get circulation going as you exhale. It's the qi of the lungs. You'll get the water circulating too. You'll see this a lot with your patients. People have qi stagnation issues, blockages in the body. There's too much water in one area and too dry in another. In the West, it's pretty limited to the lungs are airflow, respiration, air exchange. Chinese medicine, yes, but also this concept of fluid metabolism. So as you take fluids in, drinking them from the environment through your skin, your body needs to metabolize and do something with it. That's the strength of your lung qi. When you're really tired, we often get really dry tongues. We're dry in our mouth because you're tired. Your voice gets sounding a little like this, a little drier, a little softer because I've been up all night at a concert, But if, the lung qi is strong, then you got a good forceful voice because the liquid can help, move the vocal cords. Blood circulation, again, qi commands blood. Autonomic nervous system. So the peristalsis in your gut, the beating of the heart, it has to do with the strength of your lungs, which is, this physical corporeal soul, like this physical body. An immune system. You're going to see immune system with the lungs. So if someone has got immune issues, work on the lungs, spleen, and a lot of times kidneys. Definitely spleen. But lungs too. Wei qi. So lungs are in there. Rules to qi. Ren 17. That lung one, influential point of like the lungs, respiration, helps to move the energy in the body. Breathing helps to get things disseminating, descending, liquefying. Moves and adjusts water channels. I mean, that water channel concept is getting increasingly more interesting to me, of seeing like our body as nature. Nature has water running through it. If there's obstructions, then water can't get to certain areas, then it's very arid. and not healthy, no life. Lung qi will help the water get through the body. Wouldn't have eczema issues so bad, dry skin, dryness in other organs leading to stones in the bladder, because it's like the yin deficiencies is cause stones, either bladder or urinary. It's just like dried out. Yeah, opens into the nose. The skin, the health of the skin, the body hair, not the head hair, but the body hair is your lung energy. You know, someone says youthful, healthy skin, got to work on the lungs. Connects to the throat. Po spirit, the spirit that is this vehicle, this body, this spacesuit. It's not about your individual spirit. It's not about how you interrelate with other beings. It's just about keeping this body healthy. That's your lung energy. And it is delicate. It's not good with heat or cold, dryness, wetness. We'll do a meditation in just a moment on this channel. I'll come back to that. But if there's an imbalance in the lung, then you have this, any of these symptoms could be possible. Chest discomfort with fullness sensation. The discomfort is from qi stagnation. Difficulty breathing, dyspnea, shortness of breath, SOB. Coughing, these are all breathing issues, wheezing, pain along the meridians. Shoulders, back, upper border of the medial aspect of the arm. These are along the meridian itself. And a lot of times when people have lung issues, you'll see throat, inflamed glands. A lot of us have inflamed glands because we're very tired. The Po has, your body's gotten weak, so your immune system is getting a little run down. So you just kind of throw the viruses that are always around us just in our glands. They get swollen. Chest, lung ailments, other symptoms presenting along the meridian pathway. Just a quick little one. If someone's having difficulty breathing, which was back here, cough, saw a patient like this, coughing, needing the lung channel, no results. Or a little results, then it went back. What's wrong with this thing? Lung qi's weak. Yeah, lung qi pulse looks weak. Okay, no results. Herbs for lungs, no results. I called my dad up. I said, what am I missing here? This person's responding. Have him go see a cardiologist. His chief complaint is cough. He doesn't have any, pain, chest pain. There's no blood pressure looks okay. I don't know. It's in the area. Go see a cardiologist. When to go see a cardiologist? I wrote it down. Go see a cardiologist. He went to see a cardiologist. They did an EKG. Everything was fine. Maybe a little something. They said, why don't we kind of monitor that and we'll come back in 6 months and we'll retest it. Next day, had a massive heart attack. That patient survived, but I don't know, like 40%. A great percentage of his heart was, necrosis. Died. Yeah. So the cardiologist might perhaps, I don't know, maybe miss something, maybe not. Everything seemed to have done due diligence. But the reason I'm telling you this is just because someone's coughing. Sometimes if you're having someone having symptomology and it looks like an organ, and if you're doing a treatment that's not seeming to help, then just think about the region you're in. Maybe he's coughing because, I don't know, there's some issue in his heart. Nothing to do with his lungs, especially if you're doing treatment on the lungs that's not working. I'll never forget that case. It was very interesting. So if someone's having an issue with their lungs, then maybe the energy isn't coming up, or abnormal up-bearing or down-bearing of the lung qi. It's not going the right direction. Breathing, like difficulty breathing. The diaphragm isn't, no strength. The kidney to bring it in, and there's something going wrong there. Lung imbalance affecting its openings and regulating effect on the water pathway. So some areas that have too much liquid, others are too dry. Dryness affecting lungs causing depletion of liquids and humors. You see this a lot in our desert environment. In LA, it's a very dry area. A lot of dryness affecting the lung, causing a depletion of the liquids and humors because the lung qi has gotten weak. Shashamaimen, some formulas like this that help nourish lung yin, stomach yin. I don't know why we don't use it more. People live here a long time. Long times mean chronic, means yin deficiency, lung yin deficiency, dry environment. That should be a formula you use some in this area. Other damp, humid areas, Miami, I don't know. You never need to use that stuff. Right? You don't need, it's too damp. But here it's very dry. Grief and sadness harming the lungs. Yeah. If a person is sad, his chi will dissipate. When someone's grieving, it's like they vanish. Like they just disappear. You see this all the time. When people lose someone, the other partner kind of like disappears. Sometimes like they physically also die very soon after. Other times they go away for a while and you're like, oh my God, I haven't even heard from so-and-so. I should reach out. How are you doing? Oh, I'm not doing so good. Because their chi dissipates, like that beam me up Scotty, like kind of just vanishes. That's what happens. Different organs, when there's imbalance, certain things happen with chi. Lung, chi dissipates. Spleen, if there's a spleen chi issue, what happens with, do you guys remember what happens with the chi? It goes in circles. What does that mean? Like obsessive compulsive thinking. You'll see someone in the parking lot, they'll go lock their car, they'll start walking to class, and they'll walk back to their car. They'll check that it's locked, they start walking to their class, they'll walk back to their car again. And they're like doing this weird loop. I've seen it. I've done it. Totally. Did I lock it? Why am I checking the third time? Of course. Who cares if it's locked? Let's just go on, And sometimes it gets so severe, some people, they have to count the steps to get down. And if they don't count in a certain order, they got to start again. Obsessive compulsive, that spleen energy got so weak, they're looping so bad. They're brooding, obsessiveness, overthinking, and studying excessive thinking can damage the spleen some more. That's spleen. That's two of them. Kidney, fear makes the chi drop. Remember we talked about that one, the deer in headlights? Makes the chi drop. So your feet feel like they're in cement, like they're cement. You can't run in that dream when somebody's chasing you. Someone's chasing you in a dream, you're very afraid, you can't even run because your feet are so heavy because the chi's dropped. You can't even call out for help because there's no chi in your lungs because it's all dropped your feet. And that argument when you're having with someone, you think you're angry, you're actually more afraid. You're kind of fear of conflict, so that you get that kind of that hits your belly, the chi drops. That's fear, kidney. What are the other two? Liver, up and out. Liver kind of goes up and out. People kind of blow their steam. Liver chi when it's out of balance. Dizziness. Ringing in the ears. Red eyes. Heart. What happens to heart when it's out of balance?
It's fright.
Fright. But what direction does chi go when someone's afraid? Disperses.
Just disperses.
Kind of not vanishes, just shatters. I've seen that once. I'll tell you quickly. Once I had a patient in, we had an earthquake. So I ran back to the room. And I was going to go take the needles out, And I was afraid, shaking a bit, right? And I had a moment where this is weird. Can I tell you weird? All right, it's a little weird. I'm telling you, my chi dissipated and my face went, and it came back. I felt it. It didn't really happen, probably. I'm sure my face stayed in its contour and it looked like this. But I felt like, wow. I think thank you. I never thought about that. That was fright. I was frightened. No! When someone frightens you, like that, and then it comes back. Cool. 12 years, man. I never figured that one out. Thank you so much. Thank you. But maybe you'll remember now. I remember that happening when I saw this patient. I went in the room and I was a little nervous, and she was like, and I was too. And all of a sudden, my energy, I felt it went like, phew. And I could have sworn, like my face kind of went out, like about this far, and then came back into its shape, like that. Weird.
That kind of makes sense, though, in terms of like people who have dissociative like traumatic events and dissociate, and then
Yeah,
you know, like their heart chi is dispersed, so you have to try to read.
that's right. If something is too much for you to take, you would dissociate. You would scatter because you can't stay around to experience it. You'll also see this in that same vein. Sometimes if something happens too quick, it's kind of like your own like built-in dissociation. Like say something happens too fast, it's too painful. Like I remember once having a car accident. I was a teenager and I was sliding on black ice. I couldn't really see it, and I went into a school bus, hit a school bus head on. Yeah, I mean the school bus more or less stopped, but still a school bus is very big and it's like a brick wall when you hit it. You know, my car just sliding into it, and I went like that, right? But what actually happened was there was no airbag. I went like this, broke my nose on the steering wheel. I didn't feel a thing because I think it was too quick. The pain was too severe and too quick for like my consciousness to, recognize it. And it wasn't only until like maybe a minute later I was like, wow, some things feel like kind of fizzy. And I was like, oh my God, it's to the side. Remember that? Yeah, yeah. And then I went like this to get to get out of the car. And I was like, ooh. And I broke my clavicle on the seatbelt. Like that, so fast that this and that. So that's one of our built-in things. If something happens too fast, you don't even feel it. That's my belief because that was my experience. And I think it is because it's too fast, you just dissociate. There's no context for you to kind of keep it together, so you leave. I'm never sure at that story. And now we have it on video for all those YouTubers to watch, or whatever vehicles in the future that people watch this on. Lung qi influences nose, throat, and large intestine. Yes. Can we meditate? Oh, I like this class. Can we meditate just even for 10 minutes on this channel, and then we'll go on break for just a few minutes? Good class today. Stretch your legs if you need to. We've been sitting for a long time. Okay. So allow the energy to originate in the middle of the body. The lung energy channel originates in the middle of the body and then runs down to connect with the large intestines. This is all internal branch. And another part of the internal branch is it passes through the diaphragm and connects with the lungs itself, the lung organ. And the energy comes external to the surface where we can eat on the primary channel and branches out from the armpit, the axilla, runs down the medial aspect of the upper arm. You feel it on both sides, bilateral. Where it crosses the elbow crease and passes above major artery of the wrist and emerges at the tip of the thumb. And there's another branch that emerges from the back of the wrist and ends at the radial side of the tip of the index finger to connect with the large intestine meridian. If you were to join together your two thumbs And your two second digit or two pointer fingers, those are the channels, the location of the internal and external branches. So feel that connection, again, starting the abdomen, going down the large intestine, coming up the lungs, going over the arms, down the arms, elbow creases, forearms, out to the thumb, into the index finger, pointer finger, second digit. Come back to the breath. And last time, feel the energy moving from the gut down to the large intestine, back up the lungs, merging on the axilla, the armpits, coming through down the arms, cubital crease in the elbows, forearms, wrists, thumbs, and the next finger. When you're ready, you can bring your hands to your heart. May all the good merits of this practice be offered to the liberation of all beings from suffering. When you're ready, you can allow yourself to come out of your practice, allow your eyes to open. You can practice this more at home, very similar practice. You can also give this as a recommendation to your patients if they're having lung issues to focus on meditating on the Armm Tai Yin lung meridian pathway. Any questions about that? I know we didn't really meditate for 20 minutes, but in the spirit of trying to get to a couple of the things today, I want to keep moving along. It's because it's getting so late. Can I just let you guys, maybe if you need to go out, do we need a break for a few minutes? Or should we go through, and if anyone needs to use the bathroom, you're welcome to step out for a few minutes? What do you guys, do you need? Yeah? Yeah, stretch a little bit, move a little bit for a moment. Is that okay? We'll do a 1 minute break stretch.